So let's start with alarm management. So this slide provides us with a recap on the Cumulocity domain model. We have the inventory, which stores all master data related to the devices, their configuration and their connections, and it contains all assets like vehicles, machines or buildings and their structure. The measurements on the left-hand side contain numerical data produced by the sensors. The operations relate to data that is sent from the Cumulocity IoT platform to the devices for execution or processing, such as switching a relay in a power meter or sending a credit to a vending machine. So this is not the topic for this section. In addition to the buckets we have just mentioned, we have events containing other real-time information from the sensor network, and events can also be alarms. The user has to take care or has to take an action to resolve the alarm. For example, you have a power outage. And in addition, we have the audit logs, which show security-related events. So first of all, let's spend some time to look on what's an event and what's an alarm. As mentioned already, an event or events are instantaneous events for application-specific processing. This might be a device restart, it might be a GPS position update or a tool change. The alarms are like events, but with a failure or an error background. So like the error messages for operations, for example, we have a vending machine power outage. The question now is when to use what? And the best practices is you write an audit log when a security-related event has happened. You create an event for any kind of time-based data that you want to process in an application-specific manner, and you want to create an alarm, that's what we are focused on, for an event that operations or service personnel has to react on. So let's focus on the alarm management, and in our use case, we have 4 devices. These 4 devices are sending their measurements to the Cumulocity IoT platform. So at one time, our device is sending an alarm. So we see the alarm in the Cumulocity IoT platform, remember, on the cockpit or on the device section. And the alarm comes with a specific timestamp. So then we have our team, which is the support team. The support team should have an eye on the alarms for the devices and should react on the alarm. And depending on the alarm and on the reason for this alarm, maybe the support guy is sending a message to a technician, and then the technician has to, solve the problem. But this could be only one solution for the alarm. So alarms in Cumulocity, we see this here. Alarms come with a specific severity. So first of all, the list of alarms show the newest and the highest alarms at the top. So by default, it's showing all of these alarms within these different severities. You see in this screenshot, some of these are blue with a blue background and the other ones are white. So this is, you can deselect the ones, or you can select the ones which should not be shown. So in our case, we are showing, the list would show us the critical and the major alarms. So what does it mean? So we have different severities. If you have an alarm which is critical, then it's important these problems should be fixed immediately. For example, in case your device is out of service, so you have to work on this. The next one, the major ones. So this category, these are alarms which are classified, pointing out that the device has a problem which should be fixed. So in case fixing the problem is not of high priority, then you could change it and you could make these a minor alarm. So a minor alarm is something which is not so important. The last category, which is the warning, and the warning, this is something just for your information. So as mentioned, the list of alarms is split into these 4 sections. The nice thing with Cumulocity is, in order to not flood with always sending the same alarm again and again, so you have a counter, and then the counter is indicating the number of times this alarm was sent by the device. So only one alarm of a particular type can be active for the certain device. The detailed view of the alarm shows then the severity, a text describing the alarm, which you see here, the timestamp of the last occurrence of the alarm. This is important when you have this counter, and you see the name of the device which is sending this alarm. And this is the status of the alarm. We will look on this on the next slide. So the alarm has different life cycle states. So this is very important if you think about collaboration. The alarm has a specific life cycle. The alarm can be active, acknowledged, or it can be cleared. So by default, if you look on all these alarms in the UI, you see all the alarms which are active or acknowledged. You would not see the ones which are cleared. The idea behind this is you work on a team on the alarms, and every new alarm comes with a lifecycle state active. So, and then if someone of the team is taking care of this alarm, so he should change the lifecycle state to acknowledged. So which means from then on, all the others know that somebody is already taking care of this problem. So the acknowledged indicator is similar to the active one, but it's somehow wiped out that it's active. But it's not solved. So once you have solved the problem, either by sending a technician or maybe the device on its own could solve the problem, then the life cycle of the alarm is sent to cleared. So if you want to see all alarms, then you have a slider in the list of all alarms which show you all the alarms which are inactive and inacknowledged and in the clear state. The detailed page of an alarm shows you the alarm text. In our case, temperature is too high. You could see from which device the alarm has been sent. You see the status. You see the type of the alarm if you look on the details, and you see the change log. So in our case, we see the change log that the administrator has changed the status from active to acknowledged at this time, which you see on the lowest entry, and the time the alarm has been raised is what you see directly in the top of this list. So together with the sender or with the device from which the alarm has been sent, it's listed with a timestamp here.
If you like the video and want to see more learning content, please visit the link down in the description below. After registration, you can access the Cumulocity IoT learning material, which is free of charge.